Hello, my friends. As we explore our road less traveled together, the road to enlightenment, to freedom, to moksha, to ultimate reality, to the divine within, to Brahman, the freedom to live in possibility. I think today what I would like to address is something that interferes with personal relationships, with romantic love, with social interactions, and causes immense amount of misunderstanding about the nature of love, but also causes immense suffering for us and all those we are in relationship with it. For us and for all those with whom we are in relationship. Okay, so what is that? That is what I would say, overwhelming projection in every relationship and every circumstance. What do I mean by projection? By projection, I mean that we project to the world and to other people, situations, circumstances, event, but particularly in relationship, we project our state of awareness and our frequently very divided and anxious and suffering mind. We project that to others. And of course, in many relationships, this projection is kind of mutual and ultimately fractures the relationship, breaks open the relationship. That's why relationships, in particular those that we call romantic relationships, don't last long because they're not based on love. They're being interfered with by what we call the projections of the suffering divided mind. So let me explain this a little more, okay? In every situation, in every circumstance, in every relationship, in every encounter, what you're experiencing as the world and even your body, what you're experiencing as the world and even your body is a projection of the state of awareness you're in at that moment. So what does the state of awareness mean, really? It can mean many things, but in this case, I am speaking of the state of awareness of what Eastern traditions call the subtle body, which is mind, where we experience thoughts, feelings, memories, emotions, imagination. So that is part of our subtle body, mind. Intellect, where we make choices, conscious or unconscious, and also where we discern, make choices, think we are being rational, even though all rationality is based on magical lies. But in any case, the mind is projecting, the intellect is projecting, and then the ego, which is our self-image, which is not who we are. Who we are is the self, but the self-image is what I've previously called object referral, what others think of us, that is being reprojected as the world of relationship and situations and circumstances. So here are 9 behaviors, not 9, maybe it's only 8, I'd forget. It'll come to me. I think it's 8, but we'll see. these are 9 behaviors that will definitely, and they're all projections of the fearful and divided mind, and that will all fracture your relationships at some point, sooner than later. Here we go. Number 1, you are defensive even before you're criticized or attacked. So let's say your wife says, the garage door was left open last night, and you immediately jump and say, it's not my fault, I didn't do it. She didn't say that. She just said, garage door was open last night. So whenever you project this defensiveness to someone before you're even criticized, you're projecting your fears and your inadequacies to them. Also, in the same vein, when you feel the need to explain your choices, simple thing. Where were you last night? Instead of saying at a cocktail party or whatever, you give a long explanation, a big story, justifying where you were last night. You weren't asked for that. So I think whenever we give explanations for the choices we make, those explanations are all apologies in disguise. Ask yourself, what am I apologizing about and what am I feeling guilty about? Okay, so that's number 1, being defensive, giving explanations. 2 is having extreme opinions. The Republicans are always wrong, the Democrats are always right, or vice versa. Capitalism is better than communism. My religion is better than yours. And God's on my side, not on yours when you go to war. Okay, all other extreme opinions, even things like, extreme opinions about races. Jews know how to make money. African Americans are good performers. Things like that, or stereotyping, basically. Stereotyping and labeling is a form of projection that will interfere with the truth, with creativity, with joy. Okay, so first is being defensive, giving explanations. Second is using too many extreme opinions or expressing extreme opinions and stereotyping. Number 3 is verbal formulas. I'm like this, I'm not like this. And, we still start using recycling phrases, though they were profound at one time. And they become repetitious and even what I would call profound statements become cliches. Snake and rope, the world is a dream, I do it. And, we just recycle old phrases that are profound, but when they become cliches, we lose the profundity. Okay, so that's third projection that will increase suffering. Verbal formulas. Okay. What is the 4th? Feeling frequently misunderstood. My husband doesn't understand me. My children doesn't understand me. My significant other doesn't understand me. My children don't understand me. My lover doesn't understand me. Then you're the one who's projecting that to others. You don't understand them. Okay. So that's another form of behavior. Feeling misunderstood or expressing that you're misunderstood. What's another? Asking others for their opinion. And if their opinion is not what you expected or what you want it to be, then you get upset. Okay. Simple examples like, do you think I look good in a red dress? No, I think you look good in a blue dress. Oh, I don't look good in a red dress. Now you're upset. Okay. Do you think I should do such and such? No, I think you should do such and such. Oh, again, you're feeling hurt by that, asking others for their opinion. If you really want the opinion of others, then accept it without judgment. Otherwise, don't ask. In fact, asking people for their opinion is basically not being sure of your own. Okay, so that's the next behavior. I don't know. We've lost track of how many we've said. I think 4 or 5. 5, maybe. The sixth behavior that and projection that interferes with relationship is difficulty reading faces. Person's face says a lot about their feelings. The face is the projection of their feelings. So we have 43 facial muscles, and we have over 150 emotions that are expressed through these muscles. Everything from joy to peace to equanimity to gratitude to anger to frustration to hostility to fear to guilt to shame to maybe lying. All of these are very plainly obvious on your face. But when you cannot read them, or you frequently misread people's facial expressions, then what you're doing is you are projecting your own insecurities to others. So let's say you're standing on the street corner with your husband, wife, significant other, and he looks at you or she looks at you, and you say, is everything all right? Are you okay? Did I say something wrong? Did I upset you? And you say, no, I was thinking about the stock market. But you didn't read that, right? Because you were reading your own insecurities on that face. Now, finally, feeling threatened by authority figures. Authority figures are people we give authority to: doctors, policemen, immigration officers, priests, the Pope, Buddha, whatever. You feel threatened and insecure in their presence. So let me think of an example. You're coming through the immigration and customs lane after having traveled abroad, and the customs officer pulls you up and says, can you come this way, sir? Open your bags. And your heart starts to pound, even though you're not smuggling cocaine, because of the authority you have vested in that immigration officer. Or, when you go to a doctor and they very casually say, oh, you have cancer and you have so much time to live. Or even before they read you your cholesterol level, your heart starts pounding because of them. And what they think about the high cholesterol level at that moment, which has multifactorial causes, of course. Okay, so my friends, these are 8 behaviors that will ruin every relationship you have and increase suffering. How do we correct this? We'll do so when we start our tutorials, okay? And when we do so, when we start our studies on consciousness, the consciousness studies, I don't know what you call it. You tell me. Masterclass, tutorial, Sangha, Satsang. We'll decide. But we're going to start that very soon. Okay, thank you. Hi, friends. After I finished the video that you've been watching, I decided to go for a bit of a walk across the street and thought I should get a haircut. So I went to my barber, who's, also very close by. He does a very quick haircut, charges $15, and I'm in and out. And he's an old-fashioned barber. But he was closed. So then I was walking around and I saw this fancy Japanese hairdresser. Everybody looked fancy. So I said, why not? Let me try a fancy haircut. This is what I got. I'm not sure I like it, but it is what it is. Radical acceptance. But as I was getting the haircut, I also was reflecting on what I had just posted and decided to add one more item to the causes of suffering in relationship. And here is the one more item. When you see 2 people intimate and friendly, you automatically assume that they're having sex together. You might even gossip about it. You might even display some jealousy if one or 2 or the other of them or both of them are your friends. So when you are projecting your imagined fantasy of other people having sexual engagement with each other because they have intimate relationships and they're close, actually you're projecting your own untrustworthiness. You're the one who can't be trusted because you're projecting your imagination, and based on that imagination, even inciting jealousy in yourself because you can't be trusted. Okay, so that was number 9. We'll just add it on to the others. So there are now 9 behaviors that ruin your relationship. How we go beyond all this to true love, ultimate love. We'll talk about it.